Welcome to TokyoCheapo. I'm Yuta.
And I'm Aimee, and in this video we're going to cover the best and the worst times that you should come to Japan, covering things from seasons to Japanese holidays to events that you shouldn't miss. So let's get into it.
Get into it. Okay, so first we're going to discuss about the worst times to come to Japan and then gradually to the best. So first of all, we're going to talk about Japanese holidays. There are two main ones. The first one is Japanese New Year's, and the second one is Golden Week. Japanese New Year's, not only that it gets busy with tourists, it's also with locals. Any shrine that you can think of, it's going to be very packed, so just be wary of that. And for Golden Week is a set number of days in the end of April to the beginning of May. That's when everyone takes time off. So it's going to be really busy. It's also the spring season, which is also very popular for tourists. So be sure to try and avoid those two time slots.
Yeah, definitely. Also, it's not only going to be busy, but expensive as well.
For sure, yes, for sure.
Yeah. Some other times that get a little bit busy with the locals is the August holidays, the summer holidays, and also around spring break time at the end of March, especially in attractions like Tokyo Disneyland, for example. So those are all the national holidays in Japan that if you don't want to get smushed into crowds, you should definitely avoid.
So this could be a little controversial, but I think we both decided that summertime is the worst. You guys can complain in the comments below. We're not gonna listen. Summertime is the worst time of the year to come to Japan.
And why is that?
It's just hot.
It's so hot.
It's just hot. I usually say summertime has 2 or 3 seasons. First we have the rainy season, and then it gets really hot, and then it gets really, really hot. But I think the best part about summer is there's a lot of cool festivals. The beaches are nice if you're interested in going to beaches. Nightlife is always fun because nighttime is usually really chill, and summertime is not entirely bad, but if you don't like sweating, definitely don't come.
Agreed. One other potential activity that you might want to do in summer is hiking. If you are like me and enjoy hiking, then the mountains are a wonderful place to go. And things like Mount Fuji, the hiking trails are only open from the start of July until the start of September. So if you're wanting to hike that, you can only do it in the summertime. So, you know, there are some pros,
yes,
depending on the activities that you like. But just know, especially in the cities, it's going to be very, very hot.
I think a lot of people underestimate summertime. They see, oh, it's just 40 degrees. It's the same back home. But it's the humidity that really changes everything. 40 degrees is not too bad. 100% humidity is not an environment that you want to be in, for sure.
For traveling.
For traveling, no.
One tip that we do have for you though, is that the cities are going to be, really humid, these hot boxes. But if you are coming in summer, go to the mountains, go to the north, go to Hokkaido. So, you can still do it, but you just need to choose where you're going to go.
Okay, so next up is wintertime. Me personally, I love winter, but if you're not a fan of the cold and very snowy and windy weather, then probably might not be a good time for you. But there are a lot of cool events happening. If you're like an otaku or like if you're interested in anime, there's a lot of cool conventions happening around that time. You like winter, yeah?
I quite like winter. The reason for me is that obviously Japan is renowned for its wonderful snow sports and powder snow. So if you're into skiing or snowboarding, then winter is a fantastic time to come, particularly around like January, February. Getting into February, you're going to have heaps of snow, heaps of powder. It's also a time of the year that is a little bit less crowded and therefore less expensive, especially compared to things like springtime.
I think one main thing is if you're in love with onsen or hot springs, also the best time of the year to go.
Sitting in an onsen with the snow drifting down around you, oh, there's not a better experience.
That's for sure, yeah.
So a tip for winter is if you are coming, like Yuta said, it is very cold. So from the convenience stores, you can buy things called kaido, which is just like a little heat pack that you can warm up and you stick them, maybe in your shoes, in your jackets, and it'll keep you warm during those quite cold winter days.
So just like summertime, winter also has a few festivals as well. The one main one up in Hokkaido is a snow festival. You've seen that before, very popular. We have the fire festival where
A whole bunch of fire.
A whole bunch of fire. If you're into that, keeps you warm through the season. Illuminations, yeah. I'm a big fan of illuminations. I love it actually more than cherry blossom, which is controversial. I like it.
Do you agree? In the comments.
There's a lot of great places to go see illumination, like Roppongi is like one of my favorite places to go. Omotesando as well.
We also do have a video on illuminations around Tokyo if you'd like to know some more areas that you can check out. Whether you're soaking it up in an onsen in winter or booking some indoor attractions for summer, a super convenient site to use with great deals is Klook, this video's sponsor. At Klook, you can book everything from train tickets for that first trip from the airport to attractions like observation decks and Tokyo Disney. Japanese sites can be confusing to use to just downright impossible if you're using an international credit card. So Klook is a fantastic go-to as it's in your own language and currency. Klook regularly has seasonal campaigns, so no matter what time of year you're visiting Japan, you'll be able to find great deals on attractions and tickets. Beyond Japan, you can also find deals for a range of holiday destinations around the world. To get started on Klook, click the link in the video description and start booking tickets straight away on your PC or phone. So, we have done summer, winter. Next on our list is spring. Spring is undoubtedly the most popular time to come to Japan. People love it, obviously, because there are cherry blossoms and they are incredibly beautiful, but it also means it's the most crowded and the most expensive time of the year.
You also have to plan quite a lot before coming. Anything that you want to do, there's going to be a line, there's going to be a queue. You have to reserve, you have to really plan.
So things like Shinkansen tickets, for example, you should book those in advance. Attractions such as Team Lab, you need to again book your tickets in advance. Spring is beautiful, the temperature is mild, but it's crazy busy.
Also, I would like to say, I know a lot of people come to Japan for springtime, but cherry blossoms, especially this year, bloomed quite late. So depending on the year, you don't really know what you're gonna get. So even if you plan beforehand, it might not even be blooming yet. So you really have to be prepared to be let down sometimes as well.
Yeah, you've really only got a kind of 2-week window when the cherry blossoms start blooming, they get to full bloom a week later, and then they start falling. So it is quite fleeting. We do have a video about when to view cherry blossoms, and there's some tips in there, such as planning your trip so that you're going to different elevations. You know, you could be in Tokyo and go to Mount Fuji, and because they're at different elevations, you're going to be able to see cherry blossoms blooming at different times. So do check that out for some tips.
I think if you're not too keen on seeing cherry blossoms, and if you don't really mind coming later on, I would suggest after Golden Week. There are no cherry blossoms, but it is still a very nice time of year to enjoy the spring season. And you know, cherry blossoms are cool, but we have a lot of cool flowers as well. And you can experience that the best in spring.
And top of our list for best times to come is autumn, or what do they call it in America?
Fall.
That's the word.
Fall, yeah.
Autumn or fall. It is just undoubtedly the best all-rounder because things are not as expensive or as crowded as springtime. The temperatures are mild, unlike summer and winter. And unlike the cherry blossoms, the fall foliage lasts for quite a bit longer. So you don't have to plan your trip just around a 2-week period. Any cons? No cons to autumn.
I don't think there's any cons. I think one thing to keep in mind is definitely the typhoons. Usually more common in the summertime, but it's not that rare to see it happen in sometimes even October.
And I think another thing to just keep in mind for autumn, but generally about all of Japan, is it's a big country with a lot of different seasons and landscapes. So for example, for autumn, if you are coming in October, you will be able to see fall foliage up in the mountains in places like Nagano, but in Tokyo, you'll yet to see any leaves changing. So maybe think about that for your holiday. Go to some different places, not just the Golden Route. Like springtime, there are a lot of nice festivals in autumn bottom as well, surrounding the leaves. There is also in September, Tokyo Game Show. And if you want to know more about events and festivals that are on each month of the year, we do have an article, so go check that out.
Okay, so we pretty much got through all the seasons. Hopefully we're not missing any.
We got the 4 seasons, so
there might be another season. But we got all the seasons, and sometimes people can't decide when to come. But it's always good to have an idea of how things are kind of like in Japan in certain times of the year.
So let us know down in the comments which is your favorite time or season to come to Japan.
And if you're interested in more videos like this, click on the videos on the screen.
All right, bye-bye.